Madrid failed to win Rayo Vallecano for the fourth season in a row now in the La Liga. And then after the game, some Real Madrid players criticized Xabi Alonso's tactics and the system which they played against Rayo Vallecano. With players like Adagula, Bellingham, Vini Jr., Camavinga, you know, Kylian Mbappe, and of course Dean Houston having some words to say. According to multiple outlets, a lot of there's been a little bit of crack in the Madrid dressing room. Some players have felt that they have been sidelined by Xabi Alonso's tactics, and this kind of thing when you feel marginal, when the tactics is becoming a problem for even the top players in the squad to understand, it becomes a kind of marginalization because some people feel that you are sidelining them, and this is the issue with Xabi Alonso's system. Rayo Vallecano draw came in, and some players are already feeling like a bit of frustrated with Xabi Alonso's tactics. Then using in his own criticism, he said that like we are always doubling up on players without feeling the presence of the wings and the presence from the midfield too, indicating that there were too many work for the centre backs to do in covering spaces, that opponents have already marked out their wingers that can come in and make a difference for them, at least to assist. And then also Vini Jr. in this game voiced his frustration and said, are we not going to win today? It's like we are not going to win because the long balls are too much. Vini Jr. is complaining that the long balls are too much, that there needs to be support in the front three. And this support will come with if they keep the ball on the low and knock, then he can drive in and find somebody within the spaces. Kylian Mbappe also, his own contribution was a key takeaway because we felt it in the Liverpool game. We saw that Madrid lacked that choking of Liverpool 18 yards, but it's only Kylian Mbappe that was just in that attack and Vini Jr. And it was very easy for Bradley to close down on Vini Jr. and for Van Dijk and Konato to keep Mbappe quiet. We saw that even Mbappe came into the midfield and was trying to push the ball down to the final third, and it didn't materialize. But it was even Kylian Mbappe's key takeaway that really, was well elaborate for me to understand that really something is wrong, because here is what he had to say. Mbappe said, in attack, we are less in number, always a man less. That is, there is no support from Jude Bellingham and Adagula. And at some point in the game against Rayo Vallecano, Jude Bellingham and Adagula were arguing about tactics, indicating which one should go front or which one should stay back. Even Camavinga and Adagula, they were asking questions too, criticizing the same system and tactics. He says here, when do we press and when do we attack? When do we start pressing and when do we start attack? It's crazy. Imagine these two guys that have played the Madrid system for how many games this season. They were stuck in between. They don't know what is happening in this system. And one thing about coaches is that when you are at the top of the park, you start trying to experiment new things. Xabi also understands that La Liga is a league where anything can also happen between Barca and Madrid. And Barca have the habit in recent years of always, punishing Madrid with little mistakes. It has started like this. For you to take up a big club in Madrid, you should know that the fans expect a lot. And your experimenting or your system hula baloo testing might not work like as you did do it in Leverkusen. Back in Leverkusen, he was playing 3-4-3. And Madrid now, Madrid system is always 4-3-3. You can't beat it, but you can just fine tune it. So Xabi as a professional, I respect him a lot. I believe that he can do that. First of all, he should take the initiative to call the players who have not been playing, because a lot of players are complaining that they have been sidelined in the system and that they can't be brought along. If at all these players are complaining, what about the ones that are already in the system that are struggling to understand it? In 2 games now, Madrid have failed to score a goal. They are struggling to understand the system. So this thing is